loud. Turn it up loud.
Welcome. You're now listening to It's Just a Show podcast. Controversial.
Yo, did she really say that?
No, I think she did.
Entertaining, innovative, real, and raw. Hold on tight. Here's your host, the one and only, Hustle Queen Lee.
Yo, what's good, everybody? This your girl, Hustle Queen Lee, coming to give you my review of House of Payne. We are on episode 12, entitled Lucky Cards. If this is your first time coming to my page or hearing my voice, welcome. If you are a returning family member, it's always good to hear from y'all, to see y'all, and all that other good stuff. Y'all know how I do. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'm going to get right into this review. It may be the shortest one I've done. I was asked by one of my supporters to begin to rate the shows on a scale from 1 to 10. This episode, I'm going to give it a cool 2, maybe a 2.5, but no higher than that. And the reason why is because the writing was bad. There was really no content available in this particular episode. I was like, I want my time back. You know, I'm like Auntie Maxine Waters, redeem my time, because that's how I felt after watching this episode. So the first 10 minutes of the show, it's Ella and Curtis going back and forth of these cards he's trying to find, because he has a card game that he wants to actually cheat. So he's trying to find these particular cards. They're talking about whether Curtis is saved or not. They're talking about when was the last time that Curtis went to church. And no diss to LaVan and no diss to Cassie, but they are not strong enough entertainers to carry this show in any way. 10 minutes of them going back and forth it's irritating. I don't know any other word. It's irritating. And I know a lot of people feel like, oh, why are you being so critical on this show? You know, you shouldn't be like that. The thing is, you don't have to be an award-winning actor or an award-winning writer to know when something is good and when something isn't. And this show just isn't good. Last night was one of the few times, well, the only time I really felt like Tyler should just close the book completely on House of Payne, because the overall integrity of the show, what it used to be, is not there. And I don't think it's fair to the fans, and I don't think it's fair to the artists who are coming together and portraying these characters, because it's not fair to them, because they're just not giving good material at the end of the day. So we got the back and forth between Ella and Curtis, and then CJ comes over. And so CJ comes over and Ella asks, is Janine home? He says no. Janine took the kids to a pizza party. I said, wait a minute. This week, Janine took the kids to a pizza party. Last week, Janine was at work. The week before, Janine left and went to her mama's house. Don't ask no more. Where's Janine? Janine is not on set. Janine isn't there. And we know this. So Tyler, stop putting that in the script. Stop asking where is Janine, because obviously we're not going to see homegirl. Now, Demetria McKinney is October 15th. The last night, October 14th, we watched episode 12 of House of Payne. Sis, we miss you. We need to see you. And please return to us ASAP. That's my plea. Come back to us. We need you. The show needs you. Tyler needs you. But off of that, so then we get to CJ and Ella are in the kitchen. She gets him to make her a sandwich and some coffee. Then Miranda just trollops her behind in the kitchen like, hey. And I'm like, you didn't even, what you doing there? You didn't knock. You didn't make yourself known. You literally walked into these people's house and made your presence known when you walked in the kitchen. That was just, you know, Miranda, it just goes deeper than stalking now. This is, you're disrespectful. Whatever you got going on with Calvin is between you and Calvin, and it has nothing to do with his family, his parents, anybody. You just don't walk into people's homes, but Miranda did. And so Ella and Miranda had this talk about Calvin and how she, you know, she doesn't want to be rejected by him. Ella is encouraging her to go talk to Calvin. She doesn't want to be rejected by him. I'm thinking, how many more times does Calvin need to reject you for you to get it in your mind that it is time for you, Miranda, to move on? It is so incredibly disappointing to see how Miranda was once this, strong woman. Don't get me wrong, she had her faults, but Miranda was not weak. Miranda was not a doormat. You was not going to walk over her. She was going to say what she had to say. And now this particular season, we kind of see Miranda just moving aimlessly with this intent to win back Calvin. And I'm like, sis, come on. So Ella convinces her to go talk to Calvin. Then, unlike Miranda, Laura knocks on the door, but she does not. She comes over unannounced. That's them. You come over unannounced, and you're coming over to someone's house who you've only met once, and you used to date her son briefly. Like, to me, I'm like, that was so out of pocket because y'all don't even have a relationship. There's not even a mutual rapport between Laura and Ella. And then I'm trying to find out, why is everybody coming to Ella for relationship advice? She's married to Curtis. In the story. Enough said. She's married to Curtis. What can she tell y'all? That's my whole thing. That's why I'm like, we need Janine, because they're around closer to Janine's age. She would be the perfect person for them to be talking to about what they're going through in their relationships or their non-relationships or their situationships with Calvin. So that's why I'm like, Demetria, we need you, because this stuff just ain't right to put us through this. So now, I'm not going to lie, the Miranda and Calvin storyline is really getting on my nerves. It is so tiresome and it is so unnecessary. I don't know where Tyler is going with this. However, we see that the men are playing the game. I'm not even going to discuss what they were talking about because it was unnecessary. So Laura comes, Calvin kicks everyone out. He invites her in. Now, the entire dialogue between Laura and Calvin was so confusing to me because she came there basically was like, I miss you. But then she says Miranda didn't lie about what she told her in regards to the makeup of Calvin's character. She was like, she didn't lie. They go to commercial. They come back. And she was basically saying like, are you not, she said you weren't ambitious. And he was like, I am. She said, well, when you were married, would you say that? Then she talked about his Roman eyes. And I'm like, wait a minute. Did you come here to get back with Calvin because you told his mom you loved him and that you can feel him? And so I was just so confused with that whole entire situation. And then she, I came over here to tell you that I loved you. How? Because initially you were telling Calvin, basically you agreed with what Miranda has told you about him. And in the next breath, you apologize, you say you love him, and then you lean over to kiss him. Then lo and behold, Miranda barges into this man's house. I said, what the hell? This was just not a good episode to me. I'm sorry. It was just not a good episode, but I stuck with it. And I am going to stick with watching House of Payne. And I think I figured out why House of Payne is a bad show as far as when it comes to content. Now, I want you guys to also listen to my sister's review. And what I have noticed is that the shows that Tyler writes like a soap opera, for me, because I only watch Sisters, I don't watch The Oval, I don't watch Ruthless, and I don't watch The Haves and The Have-Nots. But the way that he writes Sisters, it's almost as if Tyler has like 5 seasons already created in his mind. And he is sending these women and these men on journeys. And we can see, how they going to handle this, how they going to do that. This is where he's trying to take them. With the sitcoms, it's like he has no journey for these characters to go on. He's basically creating situations upon situations only to take these characters nowhere. Like, that's really how it feels to me. I think that's the issue with how he's writing the sitcoms, because initially Tyler did not write for House of Payne. The first 8 seasons, the whole series, he did not write for them. And now coming back, he's the sole writer. And it shows those people had a journey for these characters to go on. Tyler has I'm not going to say he doesn't, but it appears the way he's writing is as if I have nowhere for these people to go. I'm just going to put certain situations in their paths and we'll see what happens. That's really how it feels to me. That's why I'm just not cool with the way that House of Payne is being presented to people. Don't get me wrong. Some people going to ride out with them regardless. But for those of us who actually care about quality and we care about what we are watching and what is being shown to us, we can see these things. We can see these discrepancies and all of this stuff that's happening to us. And so as we watch the show. So, you know what I'm saying? I do live tweet on Wednesday nights with House of Payne. Hustle Queen Lee. So, I'm trying to be more interactive and things like that on Twitter, because Twitter is probably the account I, just don't really pay attention to all that much, and I need to do better, and I will do better. But that's really how I felt about the last night's show. It really wasn't much there. So that was it. We've had 12 episodes, and I feel like we've gotten nowhere. We're on episode 12, and I feel like I don't even know what's happening. But that's my review. That's my review of House of Payne, episode 12, called Lucky Cards. I guess we will see what happens for episode 13. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And if you actually listen to my page, listen to my reviews, and you comment, and if you do reviews yourself, let me know, and I want to, reciprocate the support in which you guys are giving me, or anything else that you may be doing. So make sure you put it in the comments. I appreciate you guys for listening. Like I said, make sure you listen to my sister's review that will be dropping today as well. And I will holler at y'all later. One.